Have you guys ever heard of Super Smash Brothers? Well, I'm assuming you have at this point if you have heard of it, or any platform fighter for that reason. Now, of course, platform fighters are a genre of game, and there has been a lot of them over the years that have come out. Some have done a lot worse, while others have a steady player base that have continued to grow, or to at least be maintained over time. I'm in the realm of platform fighters are one of my favorite games in the world. I love Super Smash Brothers. I love Brawlhalla. I love Rivals of Aether. And recently, even Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl came out, and I tried that. There's many others that have potentially, been started in development and potentially ended development, or even the other way around. But today, as the current time that I'm recording this video, a brand new platform fighter has been introduced into the scene, and this is going to be none other than Multiversus. Now, if you guys don't know what Multiversus is, it's a completely brand new platform fighter that was introduced today, as of the day that I'm recording this video. This game will be going out the day after. That is including Warner Brothers characters. Now, I want to go ahead and talk about why this game is overall going to be good, as well as why you should play it. Most people will say, well, it's a free-to-play game that might look a little bit budget to some people, and also has some other stuff going for it. Why would I really want to play this when I could just go play Smash Bros or something else? Well, I'm going to go ahead and just explain to you everything about this game that you really should be giving this a try. Now, before I go ahead and compare this to Super Smash Bros. Like I already have before, because I hate doing that, I do want to go ahead and specify that I'm also going to be talking about this in another video, but platform fighter games are not Smash clones. I want to go ahead and get this out of the way. This game is not a Smash clone. I'm sick and tired of seeing people say that all around. People have said it's a Smash killer, it's a Smash clone, oh, it's Warner Brothers Smash Bros. No, it's not. Platform fighters are a genre of game, the same way that you would go into a Street Fighter game and would not compare it to a Mortal Kombat game. They're both fighting games, and these are both platform fighter games. So I'm looking at this game with a unique take, as well as also having differences between Super Smash Bros., which is the most popular platform fighter, and seeing what differences it makes, because you have games such as Brawlhalla, which completely changed the way how the platform fighter was played by adding in its small little stat elements with its stances, as well as with the weapon mechanics that they have in that game, counting on the fact that when you actually choose a fighter, it's more based off of a weapon, on their fighting style, and the thing that makes the fighter unique are their specials. That's how that game differentiated itself from Smash. Rivals of Aether did it by taking away the shield button, as well as taking away ledges, allowing for a lot faster gameplay and a lot more of you having to think on your feet. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl did it by adding smash attacks in the air on every single character, allowing for a lot more versatile combos, as well as with also being able to reflect projectiles, as well as also do cargo throws off of a button. So where does this game come in? And it does something different that differentiates it from Smash, that really would want you to get in and play it, that those games haven't already done in the past, or that haven't been done better. Well, this game is, for one, I want to go ahead, has a slight focus on competitive. This is a slightly more competitive game, obviously. The other ones have also tried to be competitive, especially with Brawlhalla coming out with huge tournaments and huge cash prizes. But this game is also being focused on in a more competitive sense. But what makes it unique is it's also kind of focused on a little bit more of 2v2s. There are also free-for-alls and there are also 1v1s in the game, but 2v2s is seeming to be a pretty big game mode within this game, and I think that's really, really cool. I think the emphasis on playing with other people, especially with the way how they've introduced certain abilities on certain characters, as well as also typing each character now, especially on what they do kind of best, and to support that kind of 2v2 role. Because while you play a game like Super Smash Brothers, right, you'll have very obvious characters that you know what they're going to play like, such as Samus or Richter. You know they're going to be ranged characters because, well, one of them is using a whip, which has a really long reach, and the other one's using a gun that's super ranged. Well, in this game, you don't really have to, try to have characters that are like that, because there are other characters like in Smash, such as Banjo and Kazooie, who have ranged options, but they also have a bunch of close-up options, so you really don't know where that character fits in. For here, a lot of these characters have kind of been already sectioned off into different things. I'm going to go ahead here and show you guys the roster. You guys will be seeing it up on screen of what the roster currently is for the game, and there is more characters coming. The devs have already confirmed that. And I'm going to tell you guys what some of the differences between these classes and why these characters are going to be more unique to play. So for assassin type characters, they're mostly going to be characters that use weapons, right? That's going to be their main type of focus, is the weapons. Harley Quinn and Finn the Human are two examples of characters that are going to be assassin type characters. They're just going to have really long reach, kind of be those characters that a lot of people in Smash kind of hate to play against, I should say. But they're going to have just a lot of long reach and be able to do a lot of different combos. From there on, you have bruisers, which bruisers are a little bit more up close, combo heavy characters, which are really cool to see. Examples of this are like Batman and Garnet. They're really, really cool to see. And then after that, you also have mage and range type characters, which will mostly be the range type characters that you see that will be able to use different type of abilities and different things like that. Bugs Bunny is an example of a range type character. It's really cool to see. And you also have, for two of the final ones, is going to be support and defender. Now, currently in the game, there's only one defender, which is kind of weird, which is Wonder Woman. These are characters that are obviously going to be more tanky, more built to take damage and stuff. While support characters are going to be able to use special abilities to help out their teammates, to make sure that they're, obviously either getting healed or they have a little bit more defense, so you can set up certain combos with each other. And it's really, really cool to see that the game actually has that specialized tag team type tactic added to it that just adds another element on top of it, as well as also the fact that even though these characters do have these set supports, you can still play these characters however you want. There is still 1v1s, there is still free-for-alls, and these characters are still going to be completely playable by themselves. You should still be able to solo main any of these characters and do well online or even against your friends locally. But overall, I really do think that this game is going to excel in changing the way how you actually want to play a platform fighter. Now, what else about this game really makes it unique, obviously, besides just that? Well, obviously, you want to play this game for its characters. I mean, we're talking about Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is a huge, and I mean a huge company. There's so many IPs that they have access to, and from certain leaks as well from earlier footage of the game, we've even seen some newer characters that could have been introduced, such as Gandalf was originally planned and hasn't been shown on the official rosters. We'd seen in leaks, as well as we had also seen Rick Sanchez potentially from Rick and Morty, which was really, really cool. But when you go into this game for its base roster, it's already just so freaking amazing. I mean, we have Game of Thrones, which so many people got into Game of Thrones. They really liked it. I personally am not a Game of Thrones fan, but I know so many other people are going to like it. You have classics such as Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, which so many people love Scooby-Doo. I am also a huge fan of Scooby-Doo. I grew up with it. I loved it. I have multiple siblings that love it as well. And, they also were able to incorporate one of the greatest things to ever come from video game franchises, and that is definitely going to have to be Ultra Instinct Shaggy. I mean, Ultra Instinct Shaggy, he's in the game, guys. Like, you guys can go ahead, look here, bow. My man's up there. He's doing his thing. He's only using 1% of his power while fighting everyone. It's so cool to see that. It's so cool to see that a meme can be introduced into this game and have it actually be a unique part of this the actual character, while also keeping the character be itself. And so you have like Shaggy, obviously you have Bugs Bunny, people love Looney Tunes, obviously, as you've seen, but after that you have even more, which personally, while Nick All-Star Brawl came out, a lot of people weren't able to get into that game because that game was featuring Nickelodeon characters. And while a lot of people are obviously going to know SpongeBob is an iconic character, and a lot of other people probably knew Aang from the Avatar because Avatar is such a great series, a lot of other characters, potentially maybe Danny Phantom at best, weren't really known. A lot of characters people, especially in the newer generation, didn't really grow up with or didn't really watch that much, besides maybe the Loud House. It was a real turnoff for a lot of casual viewers and people who just didn't really like Nickelodeon at all, and it didn't really give them an interest to also be able to just get into the game and play it for themselves. Well, in this game, we have two of the greatest things to ever be put on this planet, and personally for me, I grew up as a Cartoon Network kid. Now, I'm not going to say I didn't watch any Nickelodeon. Of course, I grew up with SpongeBob. I grew up with Rugrats. I grew up with Cat Dog. I grew up with Avatar, obviously, such a legendary TV show. But I grew up with so many amazing Cartoon Network shows. Dexter's Laboratory, Adventure Time, Regular Show, now Steven Universe, which is a little bit of a newer one, but I loved it. The original Teen Titans, obviously. So many amazing Cartoon Network shows, including like Powerpuff Girls and all that stuff. So many amazing freaking Cartoon Network shows. I loved Cartoon Network growing up as a kid. It was the biggest thing to me. Even when they'd show like Scooby-Doo on Cartoon Network and things like that, I would just love it. It was so amazing to me, and I think a lot of other people grew up with Cartoon Network a lot more than they grew up with Nickelodeon. For me personally, now I can't tell that for everybody, but Cartoon Network, it's huge. Some of the largest running TV franchises for that network are in this game. And I had to say, I couldn't ask for anything more. And I really do think that these Cartoon Network characters are going to be bringing in a lot of people. But this time, Cartoon Network isn't just throwing in just Cartoon Network characters. They're not just throwing in, those Cartoon Networks because they fall under that IP. We also have some of the most iconic people of all time, and that's got to be Batman and Superman. Like, we have Batman and Superman being able to fight Ultra Instinct Shaggy fighting Steven. I mean, come on, man. Like, this is legendary, bro. To get Batman and Superman in a platform fighter and not just have it be some DC game and have it actually featuring all these other characters is going to be just so clean, as well as obviously Wonder Woman is in here. Well, we can't forget Wonder Woman. So many Wonder Woman fans are out there. And these characters really bring it in. I think the one things that Rivals of Aether and Brawlhalla did not have, even though Brawlhalla did eventually come out with crossovers, including some of the characters that are actually on this list, including Garnet, including Finn, and including Jake, as well as Steven. It actually did have a crossover with those characters, but they were only skins for characters that had already been in the game that you actually had to pay for with real currency, real money. Well, now you actually just get to play as the characters themselves. They'll have abilities and everything from their actual shows and everything else, and their actual playable characters. This brings in what a lot of these other games that have recently came out does not bring in, and that's actually legacy characters that everyone will, or not everyone, but a lot of people will know, and will be as a huge draw into the game. And in itself, the way these characters are animated, the way the game visually looks, and everything else, it's really stunning, and it's awesome to see how well that all of these characters come together and actually have a kind of cohesive art style and actually are really well animated, as well as also having original voice acting from a lot of the original voice actors. So far, the only person I believe who's not playing the original voice of a character, which you guys can also perfectly correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, is Steven. Due to his voice actor currently being on leave from work due to mental issues, which is completely understandable. So we have Kevin on Batman. I mean, we have the original Finn the Human actor. We have the original Jake the Dog actor. We have original Garnet actor as well. We have the original Shaggy actor as well. So I mean, I cannot say this enough. It is awesome to see that not only do these characters have voices, which Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, which yet again, I do think that game has a lot of positives, and I don't want to keep comparing that game. I just think that we can compare the two because they are recently released, not because the quality of the games are completely different. But that game did not launch with voices and launch with all that type of stuff. This one emphasized in the trailer that yes, this game is being made with voices, it's being made with it, it's having that budget put into it, that it's going to end up being a high-paying game. So, I could definitely see that being a complete positive, because it's not just random people voicing these characters who you've never heard before, they sound weird. No, it's the original actors. They all sound just like you remember them when you were watching them either on TV or through movies. And it's going to be amazing. I really think that that's going to be a huge highlight on why this game is going to be good. Why you are going to want to play this game over any other game, because what other game can you really fight Batman versus Finn the Human versus Jake versus Shaggy versus Tom and Jerry or versus Wonder Woman? It's insane the amount of characters that this game brings, and it does bring a Smash-like roster, but for other media, not just video games. And that is the opening statement of why you should just play this game in general. And going on into the last really main reason on why you should play this game is a free-to-play game. Now, a lot of people will be turned off by that because they'll be like microtransactions, and they've seen the way how Warner Brothers has done microtransactions in a couple of other games. And yes, I do have to say some other games have been a little bit iffy on microtransactions, but the way how this game has been sold, the way how this game has been shipped, and the way this game has been just entirely told to us, including from all the labor you can see that has been put in between the love, the voices, the budget with the music, the budget with just the way how the game animates, the way it looks, even down to the fact of just the netcode being rollback, which is the newest netcode that almost you want every single platform fighter or fighter in general to be running off of, because it's the smoothest experience while running off of Wi-Fi, which this game is also going to have. But you could just tell, like, just everything about this has actually had love, time, and care put into it. And it's not something that it still had that stuff, but was on a budget or was on a time schedule. You can clearly see that, and I understand that the microtransactions might be a little bit of a problem for some people. From what we have seen so far, it has mostly been between a battle pass, which some people still do not like, but I don't see any harm in actually having, especially if it doesn't hurt level progression in the actual game, as well as for skins. You are going to be able to buy multiple different skins. I believe they showed Bizarro or like a zombie Superman, and that was an example of a skin. They showed like a Bruce Lee type style Shaggy skin. They've also showed a Steven Universe in his like workout gear skin, and it's really cool to see that the majority of this game is going to be free to play. I'm assuming either if this game does have characters where they come out later on, you need to buy them, it will be with in-game currency that you can earn from playing matches, and a bunch of other stuff. There's so much potential here, and the best part about it is if you really don't like this game, if you really think this game is going to come out, it's really going to be bad, you don't have to pay a dime for it. You're not paying $60 to $50 to play a game where it ends up being bad, and a lot of people don't like it, nobody's online anymore, and you wasted that money because you can't get a refund because you've played it for too long or whatever. You can't. You can't do that with this game because it's free. You just uninstall it, you be like, okay, I'm not going to play it. That's it. So there's really no reason at all why you shouldn't be trying this game. This game here, I really do think it's going to shake up and really improve upon the platform fighter genre, and I think this is going in the right direction. For a lot of people who dislike this game, that is completely fine. If you dislike this game or you don't think this game is going to be good, I completely understand that. But with rollback netcode, with amazing characters, great visuals, amazing story, with all these characters, obviously, just amazing character roster in general, there isn't a reason why you shouldn't be trying this game at launch. There isn't a reason why this game should be bad. There isn't anything that should make this game just be completely awful. Now, I will go ahead and say just towards this end of the video, because we're about to end it up right now, this game might end up being bad. I do want to say that it's most likely going to end up being good. I haven't seen anything exactly, especially since they're going to do a beta test before the game actually comes out, and they're going to be taking feedback on what they need to improve on before officially releasing the game. I definitely could see a lot of the issues getting hammered out through that, and maybe even potentially have the game come out and be even greater than what the beta is. I think these devs put a lot of time into this game. I think they're going to continue to put a lot of time into this game, and I can see this game having a long development cycle, far beyond what the most recent platform fighter release has done. And I really do think that this game will shake up the difference to make you want to play it, to let you want to play it. Now, I do also see some other people's concerns about this game not being on the Nintendo Switch. We do not know the reasons for why this game is not on the Nintendo Switch and why it is on every console. I do want to say that is also kind of a highlight, because you can play this on almost every single console except for Nintendo Switch, including PC, which, while there is platform fighters, like I said before, Brawlhalla and Rivals of Aether, that, you know, while Brawlhalla is free to play and it is on PC, it might not give you that experience that you're looking for in all platform fighters due to its uniqueness and the differences it has in its gameplay. Well, this is a little bit more core to what you would have to a traditional platform fighter, but it does still add its own elements to it. So I really do see this game going places. I do think this game should be good. There isn't any reason on why this game is going to end up being bad, unless the gameplay is bad in itself, or the netcode is bad and we don't end up getting good rollback netcode. Those are the only two real reasons on why this game should be bad. I know a lot of people are already on microtransactions. Don't worry about those just yet. When the game comes out, we will be able to know whether we'll worry about them. I can already tell, though, just from the way how this game looks and how everything is, it most likely will not be a pay-to-win game. It will most likely be mostly just for cosmetics and gear and customization, stuff that you can have for your profile and things like that. So don't worry about the free-to-play. Free-to-play is a very huge positive for this game, and even if you don't end up liking it, you can obviously just uninstall it. So don't worry about the free-to-play aspects of it. That's definitely not going to hold this game back by any means at all. If you see people saying that online, it's free-to-play, so this game is going to be bad, yada yada yada. Don't think about that at all. There's clearly love and effort put in here, and this game will most likely not be bad because of that. It will be bad because of either the gameplay itself is bad, or it will be bad because of the netcode. Those are the only two reasons on why this game will most likely, and almost 100%, almost 1000% be bad, is because of those two things. So do not let the free-to-play price tag at all scare you into not playing this game. Anyway, guys, I just want to make a quick short video about this. This was really big for me, and I really hope you all enjoyed it and you guys end up learning a little bit more about the game, and that you end up actually really wanting to play it, because personally I can't wait to get my hands on it. I've already signed up for the beta. I'm going to leave a link down in the description below so you guys can go ahead and also sign up for the beta if you so wish. Remember, guys, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 1,000 subs, and it'd mean the world to me if we were able to hit that before the end of 2021. I love you guys, and I guess I will see you guys all on the next video. Peace.